Imagine waking up one morning and something feels wrong. Not scary at first, just strange. The air feels too quiet. No traffic outside, no people talking, no horns, no TV sounds coming from nearby apartments, just silence. The kind of silence your brain isn't used to hearing. You grab your phone and check the time. Everything looks normal, but when you open your messages, nothing loads. No internet, no notifications, no signal. At first, you think maybe the network is down, but then you look outside your window and the entire street is empty. Completely empty. Cars are parked in the middle of roads, shop doors are open, traffic lights are still changing colors, but there's nobody there. No humans anywhere. And that's the moment you realize something impossible has happened. Every person on earth is gone. At first, the world still looks alive because machines are still running. Electricity is still flowing through cities, buildings still glow, airports still have lights on. But the scary thing about modern civilization is that everything depends on people constantly controlling it. And once humans disappear, the countdown begins. Within a few hours, power plants around the world start failing. Coal plants stop because nobody is feeding coal into the system. Gas plants lose pressure control. Wind turbines slowly shut down. Even hydroelectric plants begin malfunctioning without operators. One by one, entire cities start losing electricity. Huge skylines that once looked alive suddenly go dark. New York, Tokyo, London, Dubai, Mumbai, one by one, the lights disappear. And for the first time in modern history, Earth becomes dark again. Then the digital world starts dying too. Mobile towers shut down without backup power. Internet servers overheat because cooling systems stop working. Social media disappears forever. Messages never send. Calls never connect. Videos stop loading mid play. The entire online world humans spent decades building suddenly vanishes in silence. It's strange to think about. Billions of conversations, memories, photos, and videos all disappearing because there's nobody left to keep the system alive. And then transportation begins collapsing. Airplanes flying in the sky lose communication with control towers. Some continue on autopilot for a while, but eventually fuel runs out. Ships in the ocean drift without direction. Trains stop in the middle of tracks. Elevators freeze between floors. The entire planet slowly turns into a giant abandoned machine that keeps breaking piece by piece. But the most dangerous problem on Earth isn't cars or planes, it's nuclear power plants. Around the world, hundreds of nuclear reactors still exist. Most of them automatically shut down during emergencies, which sounds safe, but shutting down is only the beginning. Nuclear reactors still produce heat even after they stop operating, and that heat must constantly be cooled. Normally, engineers manage this every second of every day, but now nobody is there. Backup generators keep working for a short time, but eventually fuel runs out. Cooling systems fail, temperatures rise. In some places, explosions and radiation leaks could begin. Entire regions may become deadly for thousands of years. And the craziest part is, there would be nobody left alive to even witness it. A few days later, cities begin changing in another way. Animals start appearing everywhere. Pets trapped inside homes become desperate. Some dogs manage to escape through broken windows or open doors. Cats begin wandering through silent apartments. Zoo fences stop working after electricity fails, and suddenly, lions, tigers, elephants, and bears are free for the first time in their lives. But this isn't some peaceful movie moment. The world becomes brutal very quickly. Animals must learn to survive in places built for humans, not nature. Then water starts taking over cities. Pumps that normally remove underground water stop working. Subway tunnels slowly flood. Streets begin filling during storms. Coastal cities become even worse. Places like Miami, Mumbai, Amsterdam, and parts of New York slowly start drowning. Without humans constantly fighting nature, water begins reclaiming everything. Weeks pass, and something incredible begins happening. Nature comes back. Tiny cracks in roads fill with grass. Vines start climbing walls. Plants grow through sidewalks and parking lots. At first, it seems small, But nature never stops. Every day, the green spreads further. Trees begin growing inside abandoned buildings. Birds build nests in shopping malls. Wolves wander through suburbs. Deer walk freely across highways where thousands of cars once drove every hour. After a few years, entire cities become almost unrecognizable. Windows shatter during storms. Rainwater weakens buildings from the inside. Wooden houses collapse first. Steel begins rusting. Bridges slowly weaken. Massive skyscrapers stand empty like giant monuments to a species that no longer exists. And while human cities decay, the planet itself starts healing. The air becomes cleaner because factories stop producing pollution. The sky slowly loses its gray haze. Rivers become clearer, oceans become quieter without ships crossing them every day. Fish populations explode because commercial fishing is gone. Coral reefs slowly recover. Whales travel through silent oceans for the first time in centuries. Forests spread across land that humans once used for farming. Deserts begin changing shape without cities controlling water flow. Wildlife populations increase almost everywhere. Species once endangered begin recovering. The earth doesn't collapse without humans. In many ways, it breathes easier. Decades later, famous landmarks still remain, but even they begin changing. Plants climb over the Eiffel Tower. Sandstorms slowly damage empty cities in the Middle East. In America, forests spread around abandoned highways. In Asia, massive apartment buildings stand silent while nature grows through every floor. Some structures survive longer than others. Stone buildings and monuments may last hundreds or even thousands of years. The pyramids of Egypt could outlive almost everything humans ever built. And then hundreds of years pass. Most cities are gone, roads disappear beneath forests, metal structures rust away into the ground. Only ruins remain buried under trees and soil. Future life on Earth may never even fully understand that humans once ruled the planet. But some traces would survive for an unbelievably long time. Plastic waste buried underground, radioactive material from nuclear plants, satellites orbiting silently above Earth, and deep in space, probes like Voyager would continue drifting through the universe, carrying evidence that humanity once existed. And honestly, that final thought feels strange. For thousands of years, humans believed the earth belonged to us. We built giant cities. We covered the planet with roads, lights, towers, and machines. We acted like civilization was permanent. But without us, nature quietly takes everything back. The forests return, the oceans recover, the skies clear. And eventually, the world moves on as if humans were never here at all. So maybe the real question isn't what would happen if humans disappeared. Maybe the real question is, were we ever truly the owners of this planet? Or were we just temporary visitors passing through?